Chapter 36. First expedition against West Qi. According to Jiang Ziya's instructions, Qiao Lei left West Qi and went back to Jiaoge. He went directly to see Grand Tutor Wen. The Grand Tutor was alone in his office when a guard announced that General Qiao Lei begs to see you. As soon as Qiao Lei entered, Grand Tutor Wen asked him anxiously, "What's the situation in West Qi, General Qiao Lei?" When we arrived, Nan Gongguo challenged us. I went out to meet him, but after 30 rounds, neither of us had gained the upper hand. The next day, Qiao Tian fought Xing Jia and defeated him. The fighting continued for several days without a definite victor. But Commander Han Rong of Sishu Pass refuses to supply us with rations and fodder, and the whole army is beginning to fall into disorder. Without supplies, the army cannot survive. There's nothing we could do to relieve the situation. That's why I've returned in all haste to see you." When he heard Qiao Lei's report, Grand Tutor Wen fell silent, then said, "I commanded Han Rong to supply you with rations and fodder. Why didn't he do as ordered? General Qiao, take 3,000 more soldiers and 1,000 picals of rice and return to the front without delay. I'll send another experienced general to help you." Following his orders, Qiao Lei took the soldiers and rice and set out for West Qi, secretly taking the entire Qiao family with him. 3 days later, Grand Tutor Wen suddenly felt uneasy. Why was Han Rong unwilling to supply the front with food rations? There must be some reason, he mused. He burned incense and made a divination. When he found out the truth, he pounded his desk. "Because of my carelessness, that scoundrel's gotten away with his whole family." But it was too late for him to pursue Qiao Lei. He asked his disciples Ji Li and Yu Qing, "Whom should I send to West Qi now? As far as we can see, there's no one better than General Zhang Guifang." The Grand Tutor agreed and immediately sent a messenger to the Green Dragon Pass with the order. He appointed Qiu Yin, General of Divine Dignity, to take over command of the pass. Meanwhile, Qiao Lei had crossed the 5 passes and returned to West Qi. He kowtowed before Jiang Ziya. "Acting on your brilliant instructions, I've successfully brought our parents, wives and children from Jiaoge. We'll never forget this great favor, Prime Minister." He gave an account of his conversation with the Grand Tutor. "Grand Tutor Wen isn't likely to let us live in peace. War's unavoidable, and we must be well prepared," Jiang Ziya told his generals. On Grand Tutor Wen's order, Zhang Guifang handed his post over to Qiu Yin and assumed command of the 100,000-strong army. He appointed Feng Ling commander of the vanguard. When all the preparations had been completed, he set out towards West Qi, reaching the city after several days' march. He camped about 5 li from the south gate of the capital. When he learned of the arrival of Zhang Guifang, Jiang Ziya summoned his generals. "General Huang, how do you appraise Zhang Guifang as a commander?" he asked. "Now that you ask me, I can only tell you the truth." Huang Feihu answered. "What do you mean, General?" Jiang Ziya asked further. "Because Zhang Guifang is a sorcerer, and he overcomes his adversaries with witchcraft," Huang Feihu explained. "Before combat, opponents usually exchange their names, but once he learns your name, he'll cry it out during combat, and then say, 'Why don't you get down from your horse?' At his cry, you fall from your horse at once and are taken alive. This makes him very difficult to beat. We must remember that we must not tell him our names. Otherwise, not one of us will escape capture." Jiang Ziya was worried, but many of the generals were unconvinced. "It's preposterous," one of them said. "How can we fall just because our names are called? If that's the case, he only has to call 100 names and we'll all be his prisoners." Zhang Guifang, meanwhile, ordered General Feng Ling to give the first challenge. When it was reported, Jiang Ziya asked, "Who would like to fight the first battle?" Ji Shuqian, one of Prince Wen's sons, was hot-tempered and he scorned Huang Feihu's warning. He rushed onto the battlefield to meet the general under a blue banner. Dressed in red robes covered with gold armor, the general had an indigo face, red hair, and sharp tusks protruding from his mouth. "Are you General Zhang Guifang?" Ji Shutian asked. "No, I'm not. I'm Feng Ling, commander of the vanguard. By order of His Majesty, we've come here to suppress the rebels. As your master has not only assumed the title of king without authorization, but also accepted Huang Feihu, he should offer his neck for us to chop off his head. How is it that he has the gall to resist the punitive army? Tell me your name at once. I'll knock your block off with my wolf-tooth clubs." Shutian answered with great fury. "Every duke in the kingdom is delighted to join us, and heaven's on our side too. How dare you invade our land? You're simply bringing about your own end. But I'll let you off today. Just tell Zhang Guifang to come out and meet me. You scoundrel! How dare you insult me?" Feng Ling cursed angrily. He rushed forward, whirling his wolf-tooth clubs, and Shutian met him with his lance. After 30 rounds, neither had gained a clear advantage. Shutian was a skilled fighter. He put up a defense so tight that nothing could get through. With only his short clubs, Feng Ling could not get near him. Seizing the first opportunity, Shutian made a lightning attack and stabbed his opponent through the left calf, compelling him to turn and flee. Shutian, however, did not know that Feng Ling was also versed in magic arts and set off in hot pursuit. Feng Lin looked back and saw Shutian close on his heels. He recited a spell, opened his mouth, and spat out a cloud of black smoke that turned into a net containing a red ball as big as a rice bowl. The red ball smashed into Shutian's face, knocking him from his horse and onto the ground. Feng Ling immediately turned his horse about and beat Shutian to death with his wolf-tooth clubs. He hacked his head off and took it to Zhang Guifang as proof of victory. Zhang Guifang ordered that it be hung at the gate of the camp. Jiang Ziya was very distressed at the loss, and King Wu deeply grieved. The generals gnashed their teeth in anger over the defeat. The next day, Zhang Guifang demanded that Jiang Ziya come out to meet him. "Without entering the tiger's den, how can I catch the tiger cub?" Jiang Ziya said resolutely. "Array the troops for battle." With generals lined up on either side, he left the city and rode onto the battlefield. There below the pennants of the opposition, he saw a general in white robes covered with silver-white armor. He wore a silver helmet and rode a white horse. From head to toe, he resembled an ice statue. Zhang Guifang watched as Jiang Ziya led his well-disciplined army from the city in perfect order. Surrounded by stalwart warriors, Jiang Ziya was riding a black-maned horse. Dressed as a Taoist, he had a flowing silver-white beard and carried a pair of swords. Zhang Guifang then saw Huang Feihu on his divine ox under the flying banners. He was filled with fury and spurred his horse forward. "Jiangsheng, you once received a favor from His Majesty. How can you rebel and help Jifa perpetrate evil? How can you accept Huang Feihu, a traitor? How did you deceive Chao Tian and Chao Lei? You deserve death. By order of His Majesty, I've come here to punish you. You'd better get down from your horse and give yourself up and be tried for treason. Should you dare to resist, I'll raze your land to the ground. I don't care if Jade is destroyed with the stone. It'll be too late for you to regret it then." Jiang Ziya laughed coldly. "You're wrong, Commander. Haven't you heard that a good minister offers his service to a virtuous master? The whole kingdom is rising up against King Zhou. We're no exception. You may be loyal, but you shouldn't support King Zhou in his evil ways. We adhere to law and peace and order. It's you who's insulting us. It would really be a pity if you suffered defeat here and became the laughingstock of the country. You'd better take my advice and withdraw to Jiaoge. I've been told that you cultivated yourself on Mount Kunlun for many years, yet you don't seem to know that everything between heaven and earth undergoes limitless change. You speak nonsense like a child." Zhang Guifang said, then ordered, commander of the vanguard, seize Jiangshang for me at once. When Feng Lin rushed at Jiang Ziya, he was met by a tall general. They fought like a pair of tigers, neither giving an inch. When he saw Huang Feihu beside Jiang Ziya, Zhang Guifang could not control his anger. As he charged in to attack, Huang urged his divine ox forward to meet him. "You bloody scoundrel! How dare you attack our line?" Huang Feihu cried. Their lances clashed and a desperate battle ensued. Zhang Guifang, relying on his witchcraft, made up his mind to take Huang Feihu captive. After only 15 rounds, he shouted, "Huang Feihu, get down from your beast! What are you waiting for?" Losing control of himself, Huang fell down from his ox. But before Zhang's men could seize him, Zhou Ji galloped out and slashed at Zhang Guifang with his axe, while Huang Feibiao and Huang Feibao snatched Huang Feihu back. Zhang Guifang deliberately abandoned the fight and retreated. Zhou Ji pursued him. Zhang Guifang also knew his name. "Zhou Ji, why you don't get down? What are you waiting for?" he cried. Zhou Ji fell from his horse, was seized and bound before his men could rescue him. Feng Lin also gave up the combat with Nangong Kuo, but Nangong was unwilling to let him go. Feng Lin once more spat out the black smoke and red ball and knocked his pursuer from his horse, taking Nangong Kuo alive. Zhang Guifang returned to his camp in triumph, while Jiang Ziya went back to the city greatly upset. When Zhou Ji and Nangong Kuo were brought before Zhang Guifang, he demanded, "Why don't you kneel and beg for your lives? We're ready to sacrifice our lives. We're not afraid of death. Just do what you please with us." Nangong Kuo replied, "Put them in the prison carts."